As we journey through life, each stage offers unique challenges, lessons, and opportunities for growth. For those in their later years, those who have reached the age of wisdom, where perspective is shaped by a lifetime of experiences, it can be a time of reflection and transformation. Whether you're in your mid-50s or well into your 80s, the years ahead are filled with the potential for new beginnings, deeper connections, and personal fulfillment. Yet, this chapter also comes with its own set of hard truths that must be acknowledged if you are to live these years with true peace and dignity. You've weathered storms, celebrated victories, and made sacrifices that have shaped the person you are today. But now, as you enter the later stages of life, it's time to focus on what brings you joy, peace, and fulfillment. The advice that follows is designed to help you navigate this new chapter with courage and wisdom. These are not easy lessons to learn, but they are essential if you want to protect your emotional health, regain control over your life, and live your remaining years according to your own rules. 1. Not everyone deserves your trust. Be selective about who enters your life. One of the most profound truths you'll face as you grow older is that trust must be earned, not given freely. It's a difficult pill to swallow, especially when you've spent your life believing in the goodness of others. But the reality is that as we age, our vulnerabilities can become magnets for people who seek to take advantage of us, whether it's financially, emotionally, or practically. Some individuals see the elderly as easy targets. This is why it's crucial to be selective about who you allow into your inner circle. Loneliness can be a powerful force, and the longing for companionship and understanding can cloud your judgment. You may find yourself opening up to people who seem to have your best interests at heart, only to discover that their motives are self-serving. They may appear when you're at your weakest, offering a shoulder to lean on, but as soon as your strength returns, they vanish without a trace. It's essential to develop a discerning eye. Not everyone who enters your life deserves your trust, and not everyone who offers help has your well-being in mind. This doesn't mean you should shut yourself off from the world or become distrustful of everyone you meet. Rather, it's about cultivating wisdom, the kind that comes from years of experience. Protect your peace, your dignity, and your emotional stability by setting boundaries with those who drain your energy rather than replenish it. At this stage in your life, your peace of mind is your most valuable asset. Don't be afraid to prioritize it above all else, even if that means questioning the intentions of those around you. You've earned the right to be selective, and you deserve relationships that uplift and support you, not ones that take advantage of your vulnerability. 2. Stop living to please others. It's time to prioritize yourself. For many of us, the idea of selflessness has been ingrained in us since childhood. We're taught that our worth is measured by how much we can give, how well we can serve, and how effectively we can meet the needs of others, particularly our families. For decades, you may have dedicated yourself to your children, your spouse, and your loved ones, always putting their needs above your own. But now, in your later years, it's time to ask yourself, when is it my turn? The answer is simple. Your time is now. There's no need to wait for permission or validation from others to start living for yourself. The pressure to continue being a pillar of support for your family doesn't magically disappear with age. In fact, it can intensify as adult children and even grandchildren look to you for emotional, financial, and practical support. But the truth is that constantly living to please others is not love. It's a prison. It's a set of invisible chains that keep you tied to the expectations of others, preventing you from living your own life fully. You've given so much, countless hours, emotional energy, and resources. And while caring for your family is a beautiful thing, it's equally important to recognize when it's time to step back. You've earned the right to focus on your own happiness, your own well-being, and your own dreams. There's no need to feel guilty for wanting to put yourself first for once. If your loved ones truly care for you, they will understand. And if they don't, that's a reflection of their own limitations, not your worth. This is your life, and you deserve to live it according to your own rules. You are not here to endlessly sacrifice your happiness for the sake of others. Reclaim your time, your energy, and your peace of mind. This is your moment to prioritize yourself and pursue what brings you joy. Whether it's a long forgotten hobby, a new adventure, or simply more time spent in relaxation, it's time to live for you. 3. It's okay to distance yourself from toxic people, even if they're family. Family ties are among the strongest bonds we form in life, but they can also be the most complicated. Society tells us that family is everything, that we must maintain peace and harmony within the family unit, no matter the cost. But what happens when those family relationships become toxic? When the people who are supposed to love and support you instead bring stress, manipulation, and emotional harm into your life. It's a harsh reality, but sometimes the people who hurt you the most are the ones you're related to. Whether it's a disrespectful spouse, an ungrateful child, or a grandchild who only shows up when they need something, these relationships can take a heavy toll on your emotional health. And while it may feel like an impossible choice, sometimes the most loving thing you can do for yourself is to walk away. You've spent a lifetime caring for others, but your later years should be about caring for yourself. This doesn't mean you don't love your family. It means that you love yourself enough to protect your emotional well-being. You've earned the right to distance yourself from relationships that drain you, even if those people are family members. Setting boundaries is not a sign of weakness or selfishness. It's an act of self-preservation. At this stage in your life, you no longer have the luxury of time to waste on toxic relationships. The years you have left are precious, and they deserve to be spent in peace, surrounded by people who bring you joy and uplift your spirit. You are not obligated to endure disrespect or manipulation simply because family comes first. Your well-being comes first, and it's okay to step away from relationships that do more harm than good. 4. Let go of the need for recognition. Your worth isn't measured by others' gratitude. As we move through life, many of us carry the silent hope that our sacrifices will one day be acknowledged. Whether it's the time you spent raising your children, the years of hard work in your career, or the countless ways you've supported friends and loved ones. It's natural to want a thank you or some form of recognition. But here's the difficult truth, that recognition may never come. People often fail to recognize the efforts and sacrifices of others, not because they don't care, but because they're too wrapped up in their own lives. This can be especially true in family dynamics, where the roles we play become so ingrained that our contributions are taken for granted. It can be deeply painful to feel like all the love, time, and energy you've given goes unnoticed. But holding on to the need for recognition only places your happiness in the hands of others. The value of your actions is not dependent on someone else's acknowledgement. The sacrifices you've made, the love you've given, they all have intrinsic worth. You don't need external validation to prove that your efforts were meaningful. It's time to let go of the expectation that others will one day appreciate everything you've done. That may never happen, and that's okay. Your worth is not defined by their gratitude. Once you release yourself from the need for recognition, you free yourself to live with greater peace and fulfillment. You've already proven your worth through your actions. Now, it's time to live for yourself, not for the approval of others. Take pride in what you've accomplished, knowing that your sacrifices were made out of love and generosity. That is enough. 5. You're never too old to change. Embrace transformation at any age. Age is often used as an excuse to avoid change. How many times have you heard, or perhaps said yourself, "I'm too old for that"? Whether it's learning a new skill, breaking a bad habit, or embarking on a new adventure, it's easy to convince yourself that certain things are no longer for you. But here's the truth. As long as you're alive, you have the power to change. It's a common myth that after a certain age, we are set in our ways, unable to adapt or grow. But the reality is that aging brings with it a depth of wisdom, experience, and clarity that younger generations simply don't possess. This wisdom is your greatest asset, and it gives you the ability to approach life with a sense of perspective that allows for profound transformation. Think about all the things you've always wanted to do but never had the time or courage to pursue. Maybe it was learning a new language, picking up a creative hobby, or even traveling to a place you've always dreamed of visiting. Whatever it is, now is the time to embrace the possibilities. The idea that it's too late is a mental barrier, not a real one. The only limitations are the ones you place on yourself. Change is not just possible in your later years, it's essential. It keeps your mind sharp, your spirit alive, and your life full of meaning. Don't let age be an excuse to remain stagnant. Instead, see it as an opportunity to reinvent yourself, to pursue new dreams, and to continue growing. The best part of life may still be ahead of you, but you won't know unless you take the first step toward embracing change. 6. Stop clinging to the past. The present still holds promise. Nostalgia can be a powerful force. As we grow older, it's natural to look back on the past with fondness, remembering the moments that brought us joy, fulfillment, and love. But while those memories are valuable, they should not be the driving force behind how you live your life today. The danger of clinging too tightly to the past is that it can prevent you from fully embracing the present. How many times have you found yourself saying, "Things were better back then," or "I wish I could go back to those days"? While it's comforting to revisit those memories, there is a fine line between honoring the past and living in it. When you spend too much time looking backward, you risk missing out on the beauty, growth, and opportunities that still lie ahead. The present moment is the most valuable thing you have. It's real, it's tangible, and it's happening right now. By focusing too much on the past, you close yourself off to the new experiences, relationships, and joys that still await you. Yes, the past holds its place, but life continues to move forward, and there is still so much left to experience. It's important to find a balance between honoring your memories and embracing the present. The best days of your life don't have to be behind you. There is still time to create new memories, to find new sources of happiness, and to build a future filled with purpose and joy. Life is too precious to spend it dwelling on what has already happened. Focus on the here and now, and you may be surprised by the opportunities that unfold. 7. Moderation in all things, including your private life. This is a topic that many people avoid discussing, but it's an important part of living a balanced and healthy life. Masturbation, like many other behaviors, can be a natural and healthy part of life when done in moderation. It can relieve stress, provide comfort, and even enhance your sense of well-being. However, when it becomes a daily or compulsive habit, it may signal deeper emotional issues that need to be addressed in your later years. It's easy to fall into patterns that serve as distractions from deeper feelings of loneliness, anxiety, or dissatisfaction. Relying on any single source of pleasure, whether it's food, alcohol, or masturbation, can become a way to avoid confronting the emotions that need attention. The key is finding balance. Engaging in physical pleasure is not inherently wrong, but when it becomes an escape mechanism, it can prevent you from forming deeper, more meaningful connections with yourself and others. Emotional growth requires that you explore a wide variety of activities that bring you joy, from hobbies and socializing to creative pursuits and spiritual reflection. By practicing moderation in all areas of life, you create space for a more fulfilling and well-rounded existence. Don't allow any single behavior to dominate your life to the point where it overshadows other, more meaningful experiences. Life is about variety, balance, and seeking joy in many forms. 8. Your health is your most valuable asset. Don't wait until it's too late. Your physical and mental health is the foundation of everything else in your life. Without it, you cannot fully enjoy the relationships, experiences, and joys that make life meaningful. meaningful. And yet, for many of us, health is often something we take for granted until it's too late. In your later years, it's more important than ever to prioritize your health. This doesn't mean striving for perfection or trying to turn back the clock, but rather making choices that help you feel your best no matter your age. Whether it's improving your diet, staying physically active, or taking care of your mental health, every positive change you make now will pay dividends in the future. Preventive care is key. Regular checkups, screenings, and addressing any health concerns early on can make a world of difference. It's easy to fall into the mindset of thinking, I'm too old to start now. But the truth is that it's never too late to make healthier choices. Every small step you take contributes to a better quality of life. Don't wait for a wake-up call to start taking care of your health. The choices you make today will determine how you feel tomorrow, and you deserve to feel your best in the years to come. Make your health a priority now, and you'll thank yourself in the future. Conclusion. As you move through this stage of life, the choices you make now will define how you live your remaining years. Each of the 8 pieces of advice shared here requires courage and introspection, but they are essential for living a life of peace, dignity, and fulfillment. You've already given so much of yourself to others. Now is the time to give back to yourself. Set boundaries with those who drain your energy. Pursue the things that bring you joy and take care of your health, both physically and emotionally. Most importantly, remember that your worth is not defined by what others think or say. It's something you carry within yourself. This chapter of your life holds the potential for great transformation, but only if you embrace it with open arms. You are not too old to change, to grow, or to find new sources of happiness. The best is yet to come, and it's waiting for you to claim it. Thank you for watching the entire video. If you find these stories inspiring and motivating, please comment 1. If not, comment 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time.